So on the workbench today is this Eureka Powerline, and these are, I don't know if these were great. I don't think they were exactly terrible, but you know, here is one that's in reasonable enough condition that I'm not going to scrap it. I'm actually going to throw a new cord on it because I patched into this one just to test it out, and probably donate it. It does need a new belt, which I've got right here. The one that's in it's pretty worn out, but we'll go ahead and turn it on for you guys. Motor sounds good, so we might as well fix it and send it on its way. You cannot get OEM filters for these anymore. You can get aftermarket, but as far as parts, new brush rolls, new filters, whatever this thing may need, they're no longer available. I checked that stuff last night just for the heck of it. I didn't expect to see anything, but it just goes to show you guys, this thing's not that old, maybe 10 years old, and it's already not supported anymore. So let's go ahead and get started on it. So the first thing we'll do is go ahead and pull the top cover, because that's how we're gonna have to pull this thing apart. It's been quite a while since I've worked on one like this. These are similar in design to the old Contour models that they used to sell. And yeah, hopefully this brush roll is still good. The only thing I've done with the brush roll is check to see if it still spins. So the real danger with a lot of brush rolls is when you start getting hair built up around where the belt goes, that will end up wearing out this area for that very quickly, and it will total the brush roll. This one appears to be okay because I can still see black paint on it. Spins really well, surprisingly. It's in decent shape, so this thing will be good just to slap back on. So this is not the right belt. This is a style 15 belt, I believe it is. So I'm gonna have to go look in the hoard and see if I have any that will work. But I suspect that's actually the wrong belt. I believe that this belt is the correct one. So now, because Eureka, I have to get some Torx bits. Pull this one out. Great design. Go ahead and pull that pin off. We have a bunch of perimeter screws that are all Torx screws. And that is a pretty big motor for such a cheap machine. Look how monstrous this thing is. Definitely don't see Eureka putting anything like this in their machines now. So we've got this retainer right there. Pull that out. Simple as that. So, new one. What I'm going to do here is just kind of cut it. So now I just got to position this thing. And I think I'm okay with that. What we'll do is feed this down and in. These two nubs right there go right back there. So y'all might have noticed this thing popped off. So you can see where it was glued from the factory. This is overkill for this type of application for sure. This is meant for automotive use because this is Hank's garage and I love bowjacking things and doing things overkill. A little bit of automotive gasket maker will do the trick. New belt, which what I'm assuming is the correct one. Yep, that's the correct belt. So here we are with the den. Let's see. Lock, unlock, open. Filter's actually not that bad. Alright, so I'm going to go blow this off with the air compressor, clean it out a bit, and we'll be right back. All cleaned up. Go. Well, that turned out well. Happy with that. So I'm going to give it a final wipe down. We'll get it back to the house and try it out. So this vacuum is complete. I managed to find some tools. This turbo brush sort of fits here. It only kind of fits this way. This way it wants to kind of fall out. So putting it in like this. It seems to hold it a little bit better. I'm not going to mess with that. Fits well enough for a donation unit. I found an extendable wand in my hoard of stuff that fits the end of the hose for this machine. And there goes the turbo brush. But here is the upholstery brush. That one. This machine is too nice for me to scrap it, but it's nice enough to feature it in a service video like this. So if you guys like seeing these videos, please thumbs it up and interact with it, leave comments. That really helps me justify it really helps me justify to keep making these kinds of videos. I know a lot of people do enjoy them, but this machine, it's going to go on to somebody else. Hopefully somebody going through the thrift store needs a vacuum and they pick this up. Now the reality is, with machines that go to a thrift store, there's people out there that kill vacuums in the matter of weeks, months, or years. It's really a crapshoot as to whether a thrift store vacuum goes out on the floor for $15 or $20 is going to last anybody any length of time. It's just, the reality is far different than what people wish it to be. And we would like to say that, oh, we're saving this stuff from a landfill, but the reality is we're just delaying that process. That's all we're doing here. That could be delayed 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, who knows? You know how the regular consumer is with taking care of stuff, whether they pay $15, $150, or $1,500, it does not matter. People will beat the crap out of their stuff, and whether or not these thrift store vacuums that I've donated over the years have survived, I couldn't tell you. But this one will at least have a chance to give somebody a decent unit. It's got good suction, nice powerful motor in it. Let's go ahead and run it, and then I'll adjust the floor nozzle to the floor. It's a bit of a wonky power switch. You have to kind of fiddle with it to get it to turn on or turn off sometimes, but outside of that, hopefully this will make a decent vacuum for somebody, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.